Here we go. Live. Man, I feel like I can't tell. Input. Should be working. I don't know. It just never seems like it's working here, but here we go. If you're doing Ironman Louisville alongside me, we are in single digits. There's 9 days before Ironman Louisville. Not that many, really, if you think about it. Less than 2 weeks. We're on Friday night. It seems weird that it's Friday. Is it really Friday? I gotta look that up. Yeah, it is Friday. I mean, a week from today we'll be in Louisville. I will be checked in and we'll be done with our team dinner. It's 8:30 here now, but it'll be 9:30 Eastern. I'll be in the hotel room, hopefully falling asleep by now. It's coming quick, and trying to keep busy, mowing the lawn, things like that. But today was a doozy. So was it yesterday? Yeah, yesterday I was out riding and my bike started making a weird sound, like a whoosh, 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 and it was kind of random, and it was starting to get louder and louder. So I took it over to my neighbor and he checked it out, and he sent me a picture this morning. He had taken apart the back hub, taken off the cassette, and kind of was looking inside the wheel. And I don't know if you guys know much about bike tech stuff, but I don't. But he sent me a very scary picture of the inside of the hub, and I guess there's this thing called it's the freewheel, which attaches to the hub, which allows when you coast, it allows you not to pedal. It just sort of doesn't grip the and it makes that noise when you're coasting. And what it is there's, like, I guess, springs with pins on them. So like when it's going in the freewheel, it coasts and it like just slides over the pins, and the springs bring them back up, and that's the sound that you get. But when you start pedaling, those pins catch on the hub, and that's where you get your power transfer. So there's multiple pins. Like on this particular wheel, I only have 3. And he showed me the picture, and there was only 1 left of the 3. The other 2 were broken. The springs were broken. So I was transferring all power through my back hub on 1 of those little metal pieces, which means that if I hadn't have had him check it out during the race, it very easily could have, somehow sheared off, and I would have literally not been able to pedal my bike. It wouldn't have moved. So as much of a bummer as that was to start the day, I'm glad it found out now. So went into scramble mode on that, and I immediately called Robbie, or texted Robbie, and told him I might need to use his wheel. We decided that, or he decided, I guess, that I might like to try the disc wheel in the back. So I went to get that, and had to change out the cassette because it was 11, or mine's 10, because it's an older wheel, and took it to the bike shop. My buddy was going to do it, but the bike shop said, we'll just do it right now. So they changed out the cassette and put a spacer in, and set me up with the disc wheel. So I have that on my bike now, and I took it for a ride, and I have to say it actually felt really good. Now, my buddy, who was looking at this thing, because he was looking at and the bearings are all screwed up in there on top of that freewheel business, so it was making that like, so there was I don't know, it was my bad probably over the years of not maintaining it and whatever, but just so happens that it happened 9 days before my race. So I've got the wheel on, and he checked it out and did some brake adjustment, or not brake adjustments, some gearing adjustments, and he thinks that um, it will be a substantial benefit to my watt output based on what I have been pedaling on. So I'm really hoping it is. I hope it's a better power transfer with the new wheel as well, because it's a carbon wheel, and I don't know. I think it's new, so it's just probably better. And mine is old and rusty and creaky inside. So I've been hey, I just wanted to let you know I really enjoyed spending time with your grandpa last night. He made me feel like a man. Okay. That comes from World Explorer. Um, man, I just love the internet sometimes. And I gotta say, there's weird and then there's good weird. And whatever. So yeah, man, I got this thing hooked up, and I'm gonna do I guess a 2-hour ride on Sunday, sort of a mini easy mixed with a little bit of race simulations efforts, and we'll see how it goes. Excited to rock the disc wheel. I never really thought I shouldn't say never, but it never really was pulling at me that hard, and but now it feels pretty good, and I don't know. It's just a little weird going into the race with this kind of a deal going on, but anyway, we got it resolved, at least for now. I'm going to take it out to the lab. Yeah, I'm going to take it out to the lab Sunday and see how I feel on the disc, and hopefully it's windy, so I'll get a taste of how that goes. And other than that, I've been watching some games and trying to. Oh, I went out for a run today. Man, I did not feel like after all that stuff. I actually went out and rode for a little bit, and I've been a little bit tired today and sore today. And I was laying around most of the afternoon. I kind of watched the Brewers, and I was like, "Oh man, this run could be day off." It was an hour run, zone 2, easy run, and I just somehow sucked it up and went out and did it. And I planned, I was like, I'm just going to go out and run this super easy and maybe cut it in half, because I did do a little cycling today, but I ended up kind of pulling it together. And I'm really glad I did, because it was one of those energy boost situations versus take me down. So I don't know if it's because I've been being kind of lazier, but it really kind of helped get my head straight a little bit, the run, and felt pretty good. I've been really trying to. It was an hour run. Every time I go out for like these easy runs, these hour to maybe hour and a half, I've been really kind of trying to rehearse that first hour of the marathon, and containing myself and holding back and really just finding a nice, easy cadence, nice rhythm, and hoping that I will emulate that on race day. It was really hot today again, so I was happy with my performance, effort wise, and just you got to hope that if it's a little colder or a little chillier up there, which it should be, right? I mean, it has been ridiculously hot. Let me look up the forecast real quick for Louisville. Louisville 10-day forecast. Now I'm just going to kind of get a sense for the weather range. Now they're saying this week looks like it might be hot, 80s through Wednesday. starting on Thursday, it says it's going to go to 72, and then it looks like 66, 66, 66. Oh, that would be amazing. Sunny and 66 with a low of 51 on Sunday, race day, as of now. So that'd be pretty strong. I wouldn't mind a little cloud cover, but 61 I can deal with. So, you know, you never know, but at least if you kind of have a little bit of an idea, and you still don't really, but I don't know what the temp was today when I was running, but it was super humid and probably in the 80s. So 60s will be a whole different story. Stay healthy. Can you guys see the chat while you're watching, like other people and stuff? Anyway, what else did I get today? I know, right, Phil? Oh, your Astros started off on a high note, man. They went out and got Kluber. Kluber, is that him? They just made mincemeat of that dude. I'm calling it, man. Brewers Astros in the series. How you feel about that, brother? Trying to think what else is going on here. I'm just trying to eat, within reason. It's been tough. I had a steak tonight and some avocado and a little bit of toast, maybe some baked potatoes for the rest. I don't know. I haven't been eating baked potatoes, but I had some chips tonight again. Damn it. Been failing. But they're really hitting the salty sweet spot. But other than that, not needing or taking a lot of nutrition on these easy workouts right now. Although I had I guess a goo before this run tonight, just because I was so down energy wise, and I don't know if it helped or not, but probably did a little bit. But I'm doing it anyway. I am running low on insight tonight, especially without questions, other than these ridiculous chops. He retracted. Phil just retracted a message. How you feeling, buddy? Are you back at it? Chips are a weakness, man. It's tough to lay off them. I bought a big bag yesterday, I guess, or was that today? I don't know. It's like half gone already. You feeling good, Phil? You recovering from Chattanooga? Looks like the Red Sox have got Yankees on the ropes in game 1 here. Forgot to tell you guys what I did when I was in Louisville. I was riding that trainer a lot. I had it at my hotel room, and I put the trainer over by the the entryway, sort of by the bathroom, and just set it against the wall. And Saturday or Sunday, I think it was Sunday night, I was actually going to the bathroom in the middle of the night, and I stubbed my toe on the trainer. But it's healed up pretty good. It's still a little sore on the top, but it's things like that, right? Going into the race, you're just like, come on, really? So I'm playing it cautious, but I'm not trying to be too lazy or sloppy or, ginger either, because it's usually when you're kind of not thinking that things happen. So anyway, to recap from the beginning, my rear cog, is it cog? I just lost what the hell. My rear hub is wrecked on my bike, so I'm gonna have to use a different wheel. And we I'll set it all up today with a new cassette. I'm riding a disc wheel at Louisville. Did a little test run on it tonight. It feels really good. My other hub was rubbing like crazy. The bearings are all screwed up, and the flywheel thing is all jacked. And thank God we found that before I raced. This new wheel Robbie gave me is a lot nicer, and I feel like I already have maybe a little bit better power transfer on it. And yeah, he also told me I probably need a new rear derailleur, which I ordered today, and I'm thinking about having that hooked up on Monday. I'm getting late. I don't like doing stuff this late, but you know, if we can get it right and get it working better, then that'll be a smart move. Pretty much everything feels pretty good about it. Glad you're feeling good, Phil. You biked on the trainer today. You must have been feeling good. Have you been swimming? How are my mechanic skills? They're very, very weak. Very weak. But the more I hang around this guy, the more I can at least start talking about it now and understand it. But I am not, like, anytime I touch my bike with anything, it needs to be fixed. And I like to say I have a fantasy of one day being a guy who can just sit in there and take a bike apart and put it back together. Maybe that'll be my winter goal. Phil, you are back. You got a week if you want. If you can turn around Louisville, that'd be amazing, dude. Back every 2 weekends apart, 2 Ironman. What do you think, buddy? I don't know if I can okay that. Well, I could. It's on you, man. You're a grown man. You think you could do it? There you go. There you go. Run it by the coach. You better get on him quick because he's got a lot of things on his plate. Or you could just come down there and do a little training and watch me suffer. That might be more fun. I won't tell Robbie. Does that mean that you didn't give it your all out there at Chattanooga? I'm kidding, man. I know you're in good shape going into that. You could just rebound. That's a good sign, man. That's a real good sign. I hope I feel even remotely that good after next Sunday. Who's all going to be there? We're going to have a big group, 50 people. 50, I hear almost 50 athletes currently coached by a C26 Crushing Iron group are going to be in Louisville, either racing or on the ground, supporting and spectating. It's going to be a big, big time up there. I'm looking forward to seeing a lot of people again. And, you know, I'll do what I can to do some video work through Friday. I'm not touching the camera Saturday. And of course, I don't think I'm going to carry a GoPro on the race. Oh, Greg, you're going to be there racking. You're right. You racked right next to me. I don't even remember what my number is. I think it was like 6 something. I hope that's a good spot on the lawn over there. Oh, yeah, I think I am 6. You're 6'12", 6'11". That'll be awesome, dude. Yeah, make sure to bring your pump so I can use it. I'm joking, man. But that would be kind of cool if you did that. Only problem is I'm not sure when I'm going to be there. That's another good question, man. Nobody's asked that question, but I just thought of a question is when will I start? This is a self-seated start, swim start, and I always tell people to pick their time and then maybe like go 5 to 10 minutes faster in the group that's 5 to 10 minutes faster. So if I did that, I might have to get up there towards 105, 110 range, get out there with a little bit earlier than I normally might like to. But I got to tell you, well, last year I wish I would have got up there early because by the time I got off the bike, it was rainy, really windy and rainy. And if I had a saved 15 minutes, could have made a big deal. If I had started 15 minutes earlier, that might have had a difference. Maybe, I don't know. And plus, I guess that you want to get onto the run course as soon as possible so it doesn't get hot. But it doesn't. If it's going to be in the 60 range, then because that's about what it was last year. I definitely didn't get hot. I didn't feel hot. But even though it was kind of cool. Hey, Darren, what's happening, man? Um, you're in Australia or New Zealand? I can't remember. But yeah, yeah, you're right, man. Oh man, I keep thinking about the aches and pains in the race and how mental that is. You know, I've pretty much shown that if I don't walk, I'm going to run a 410 or 420. I've done that 3 times and it's been super painful. So this year, um, I'm hoping for the non-walk and a little bit faster. Perth, Australia, sweet. Um, where was I on that? Oh, starting the swim. Yeah, I think I'm. It's got to be worth getting up there a little bit. I'd rather have people kind of come up from behind me, I think, than try to get around people, right? But I also don't want to like. I might just start like where I think I'm going to start or finish because I do not want to get caught up in trying to swim with faster people because that can be a definite temptation for me. And that's the thing about the swim is I really need to take that easy. I've been swimming pretty well, and I think if I just can, it's like walking. If you don't stop swimming, if you don't walk, you're going to be in business, and if you don't stop swimming, you're going to probably be pretty good if you stay under control. Because if you start swimming super hard and get all panicky and out of breath, that's when you start going way offline too and losing your mind and trying to recorrect, and you get that sort of like thing going. But it's all about like staying calm. Yeah. Oh, yeah, it is dark if you start early up there. I remember last year they started the pros and it was seriously dark. We actually talked to Starkowitz about that. He raced there last year and won it. And he said they were in the water and he's like, "Are they really going to start us now? I can't even see the buoys." And sure enough, they started him. And they were definitely dark when the pros got going. And it was certainly, I won't be at the front. No way. I mean, I may get in the 110 range or something like that. But last year, I think I might have started in 115, 120. So I think that might have been a little late. But that just means I got to get up earlier. Of course, it was 7:30 when they started, I think. So, I might be starting 7:45, something like that. That's still pretty late for an Ironman. Not as late as it was for Chattanooga. It was 8:30 for just the bike. But anyway, all right. Well, it's oh, do I wear clear or dark lenses on the swim? Yeah, mine are a little dark. They're kind of they're medium. They're just I just use them because it's the only ones that fit my head. I ordered like, I ordered like 4 or 5 pairs of them and they're all the same and I don't change based on what the weather's going to be like. They're about in the middle. So I feel like I can see either side of it pretty well. And I can't remember where the sun comes up in Louisville. I feel like it's not really an issue. And then you come in, you're sighting after you corner that river out in the channel. You're coming straight down towards the Yum Center. I think it's a pretty easy sight if I remember correctly. Except last year when we turned that corner, the wind was blowing upstream and it was real choppy. So that made, at least for me, it made sighting a little more difficult. But I don't know. It's not a very tough sight. I think you just kind of got to get out there around that buoy and then just sight off that thing and not be too tied to the buoy line because while that's probably the straightest line if you're out in that channel and you're swimming right at that thing and under control, that'll probably be a good good pace. You probably won't get too far out of the way. I don't know. I'm going to probably stay as close as I can, to be honest, but they're going to be on my left, which is a little tougher for me. The one year I swam, they were letting you inside on the right, and I stayed in the inside the whole way. And last year I was trying to get inside, and the kayaks were not letting me, so that was kind of a bummer. So this year I don't know. I'll just try and swim straight at that thing and not worry too much and just stay within myself. All right. Well, thanks for checking in, you guys. And I will check with you tomorrow. Tomorrow's a swim for me. And then I got a 2-hour ride on Sunday. And then it's really taper week. So I will catch you later. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for answering the questions. And I will talk to you soon.